Hello, book community, and welcome to another big, big day.
Ugh, about that. Wow, that is not a good look. That is not a good look. That was Capitol librarian Katie. And here we are, live on the Resistance Rebellion broadcast. Bet you never thought you'd see me here. I surely didn't. And I will tell you, the Capitol tried to stop me. Oh, they tried to stop me. I can tell you that for free. As most of you are aware, because of, being forced to watch it every year by the government. Yeah, I am Katie Colson. And I, in fact, was the Capitol's host for the reading race last year. Wow. Also probably, definitely complicit in many, all of the years prior to that. I know, boo, hiss, tomato. I would do it to me too. I have a lot to atone for. I know that. But last year changed a lot of things for me. Changed me fundamentally. And I can venture to say the book community at large as well. And not to give you a whole sob story, but because the Capitol scrubbed almost entirely the evidence off of the media about what happened to me, and I'm feeling a little petty, let me tell you how I got here. Basically, I'm a Gemini. I'm very chatty, and during the reading race last year, I got to know a lot of the mentors and librarians, and we became very close, which led to friendship, which led to a tight bond with a lot of these mentors that have done the reading race and seen the Capitol for what they are. Bonds that last to this day. These friends helped open my eyes to how different the world actually is, and that the Capitol is a bubble. And this world of readers that I had always been told my entire life was a fairy tale was real. These people existed. People read for fun? What? That's like basically criminal activity in the Capitol. Okay? People read diversely in order to become more understanding humans, friends, partners. No, see, that's not allowed. That's not allowed over there. That's actually crazy behavior. They're considered criminal activities in the Capitol. But they're my friends. Long and short of it, they're my friends. What was I going to do? Was I meant to go and fulfill some civic duty and tell the president that this is what they were doing? Was I meant to watch as my friends were punished for reading books from like another country? Because seriously, it's the Little Prince, Mr. President. How much civil unrest, how much political upheaval did you think was going to come from that? Let me walk that off. Sorry, I clearly have a lot of baggage with the Capitol. Essentially, the cracks that I had not realized had always been there in my Capitol blindly loving heart started to deepen as time went on. Now, what I really want to tell you is what the breaking point was, because I doubt you know. Oh, it was when I was arrested, of course. You didn't know about that? Oh yeah, I know you didn't know about that because it was scrubbed from every piece of media. Every trace of evidence was taken away except my account of what happened and the people who rescued me. Now, why was I arrested? Why would they want to hide that Miss Head Librarian from the Capitol? Oh my God, no, she didn't do anything. Oh my God, but just lock me up in a hole? Oh, this book. This was a gift from the then Scorpio mentor, Samantha, now being a very dear friend of mine, who is also, as it turns out, she is an Aro Ace girly. She gave me this book. I identified with it so much, found out that I was aromantic and asexual. And apparently, after getting a tip from somebody, the president decided to siege and search my apartment. And they found this. And apparently this is offensive material to the government because it's queer representation. That's offensive material, and they put the cuffs on me and threw me in jail. Prison, I should say. Yeah, okay, but my district friends, mentors, and librarians rallied behind me and rescued me. Now, I'm a little bit of a fugitive of the state. A little scary, but nothing was going to take away the glam. Nothing was going to take away the glam, okay? If I'm going to show up for you, we're going to show up not Capitol ready, but camera ready. Okay? All of that preamble to say that if you'll have me, I would be honored to prove my allegiance to the resistance by being the first ever rebellion host for the reading race. Now, this is the first time we can do this because now, this year, we have an unedited, uninterrupted underground broadcast system, so we don't have to fight tooth and nail with the Capitol for airtime. So I can go live with you whenever I want. I can give you information, announcements at each and every milestone. So if you thought you saw a lot of me when I was working for the Capitol, don't think that just because this is an underground organization, I'm going to be giving you any less. No, I think I'm going to be giving you more. No, I will be giving you more, god dang it. Now, as far as this year goes, I still have quite a few friends in the Capitol, and based on their whisperings and intel, I have learned quite a bit about what's going to be going on in the 2026 reading race. Now, from what I hear, we're back to the standard 24 tributes because 2025 was a quarter quell, so we had 48 tributes. This year, back to 24. However, you're not ready for this. I was mind blown. The president has thrown in a few giant twists, okay? And I think I know why. First of which being that the tributes will be no younger than 18 years old. I'm sorry. Every other year, the cutoff was 18, where you couldn't be any older than that. You want me to believe that the president and the Capitol has this huge change of heart where they no longer find children fighting to the death as entertainment? No, I know exactly what happened. It was Leaf. She was too cute, too innocent, too small, and all of these districts, all of these zodiac signs that were not Tauruses came to bat for her, came to bat for somebody that was not their district, and that is not the divided nation that the president wants. So, let's make them all of age. That'll be easier. Sure, Mr. President. Oh, and on top of that, he lumped together all of the districts under elemental districts. So before we had 12 teams. Now we have 4. Last year, you would have had a Scorpio team, a Pisces team, and a Cancer team. Now, they're all 3 the water district. Now, that being said, there is still 2 Cancers, 2 Pisces, 2 Scorpios. Now, from what I hear, we won't know which one is from which district necessarily until farther into the game. I'm not sure. I'll get you more intel on that. But essentially, we have 4 big, career teams. And yeah, they're trying to spin it, and it's all, this is for camaraderie, and persevering with unity under perilous times, all in the name of the Capitol. I used to talk like that. Boom. I used to say those things. Sorry, this is not about me. This is not about me. This is about everyone. Okay, rebellion, let's get it back together. That is BS. That is BS. I don't think so. Last year rattled him specifically. The uptick in banned books being read, the uptick in authors that were people of color, that people were buying, getting from the library, skyrocketed during the month of July. And I would say had a lasting impact, a ripple effect on the book community ever since. But here's the thing. There's only one victor. So in the president's eyes, what he's thinking is going to happen is that, say, for the fire district. Yeah, maybe the fire district wins. But which of the 3 zodiacs won? Which of them took home the crown? He thinks that by putting them all together, they're going to start fighting internally and destroy each other from within, thus making the boundaries for the districts ever more present and make us more fractured, the book community splintered, and easier to manipulate and control. But I think we're smarter than that. And I definitely think we're smarter than him. And this year's reading race is going to be even bigger, brighter, better than last year. You think that's not possible? You just wait. I have so much in store. Now, how does the reading race work? You may be asking. Okay, let me give you a rundown. We start with 4 elements: water, air, earth, and fire. In each of those elements is 3 zodiac signs. So we have 4 teams with 2 tributes from each zodiac sign in the elemental team, meaning 4 teams, 6 tributes per team. The race begins July 1st and lasts the entirety of July. Now, every Tuesday, I'm going to be going live here on YouTube at noon Eastern time to share with you the eliminations that happened from the previous battle. And every battle will dwindle the numbers down and down and down until we're funneled into one victor. I have a calendar that shows where each battle begins and ends, when the eliminations will be, when sprints will be, when movie things will be, everything such and whatnot. That will be linked at multiple different platforms on Instagram at Sunrise on the Readathon, and then also on the Discord for easier understanding of how this is all going to take place. Following the announcement of the eliminations, I will be rolling right into public sprints on YouTube as a way to help commiserate and motivate us to start reading for the next battle. That being said, every Monday, the day before the announcement of the elimination, I will be holding Patreon sprints to help us bust out as many pages as we can to support our tributes. Now, how do you support the tributes? So easy. Every page is a point. What you do, you read a book. Click the submission form, which will go live July 1st. Don't fret if you click the link and it's not working. That's intentional. You tell us the book title you read, how many pages it is, and if you happen to complete any of the prompts with said book. What are the prompts? I will get into that in a moment. They're so much fun. Then at the end of the battle, the page count for each of the districts will go toward deciding who is eliminated, with maybe a sprinkling of fun things thrown in there. A little curveball every now and then, so you can't see everything coming. Because listen, we want to put on a show. Real quick, a few standard questions that I want to lay on the line right here is that the submission form is going to either prompt your email to be attached to it, or it's going to ask you for an email account. Now, these are not stored, they are not gathered. It is only used so that you will get a confirmation email once you submit the form telling you that you have successfully submitted the pages. So you don't have to question whether you did or didn't, whether you cleared the form, anything. It's gonna let you know. Also, when it comes to manga, manhwa, graphic novels, anything of the like, it's just pages. Just count it as pages, okay? We were doing a lot of rigmarole of math and all these things last year, and it just got overly complicated and silly. A page is a page is a page. Count them all, okay? End of story. That's just... Also, you know what? Also, end of story? Audiobooks count. I can't believe I'm having to say that out loud. Audiobooks count. Google, go on Goodreads, go on Storygraph, Fable, whatever you use, and look up how many pages it is. And when you finish the audiobook, submit that amount of pages. And if I hear anybody saying that audiobooks aren't real reading, I'm going to show you how not capital I can be. All other details will be mapped out in graphics and Google Docs that will be shared with you in the coming days. Okay, now for the fun part, the prompts. Let's build some TBRs, shall we? We start out with the core 4 legacy prompts. Now, all of the prompts have super cute and fun titles that relate back to the Hunger Games because of a collaboration that I have with a widely beloved mentor of last year, Travis, who is helping me with the sheets and the forms and the pivot tables and all the mathematical things that get a little confusing. For the legacy prompts, they count for 25 points, but you are not relegated to 1 per book. If you happen to read a book that fulfills multiple of these legacy prompts, you get 25 points for each of them, because these are the ones that it's the whole point, is to read intentionally. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Legacy prompt number 1 is We Remain. Read a book by a person of color. Prompt number 2 is We Remember, and it's to read a banned or challenged book. Now, it doesn't have to currently be banned or challenged. It could have been at any point of time, anywhere. It doesn't need to be from your hometown. Just Google it. Google is blank book banned. And if Google says yes, sometimes, all the time, well, once, it counts. Because the book was banned or challenged in the first place. And that's ridiculous, and we need to stop doing that. So, it counts. Prompt number 3 is We Resist, and it's to read a translated work, meaning a book or work of some sort of fiction or other that was taken from its original written language and translated into your native language. And prompt 4 is We Read. Read a book from the library. Now, this can be from the physical library, but it could also be from Hoopla, Libby, Overdrive. All of those are based in the library and they all count. We need to be supporting our local libraries because they are consistently at risk of being defunded, and that's just not a good look, okay? I would be out of a job, you know what I'm saying? So just basically read a book that you got from the library and not Amazon. That's the long and the short of it. And then there are 9 bonus prompts that are more fun. They're 10 points each, but you are relegated to only max 3 bonus prompts per book submitted. Number 1 is Sunrise in the Districts. Read a book with a sun or moon on the cover, because we are very celestial in this readathon. Number 2 is more physical and so cute. It's called Reaping Day, and it's if you chose your book that you just submitted based on a TBR jar. If you picked it out of a TBR jar, it counts. And please, also, if you want to share the TBR jar and if you want to tag us and post it somewhere, that would be so cutie. Number 3 is the training center. So this is to either read a book that is 450 pages or longer, or read a book in a day. Because both of those are hard. Both of those are work. Prompt 4 is, here's some advice. Stay alive. It's to read a mentor's recommendation. Now I have 15 recommendations from each mentor and librarian, and then also myself, in a graphic that is going to be shared on the Instagram. So keep your eye out for that if you want to find a book from there. They're all completely unique. I have no crossovers, which did make picking my list incredibly difficult because my friends have great taste. But they're all over there. So there are hundreds of books to choose from of any and all varieties. I have a lot of different readers in our team. So we've got fantasy, we've got historical, we've got nonfiction, we've got horror, we have it all, okay? So that one should be pretty easy. 5 is District Pride. If you read a book that has your district's color on the cover, then you get a bonus. Now this could be, if you're in the fire district, any shade of red. If you were in the water district, any shade of blue, then it counts. And number 6 is 3-finger salute. This is to take a picture, make a video, make a graphic, post it on social media on any platform, and tag or mention us. So please, that would be so cute. And I want to save all of them and make a little scrapbook. Wouldn't that be adorable? Number 7 is I Love You Like All Fire. Oh, I'm not ready for this movie. I'm so not ready for this movie. It's gonna be so sad. Anyway, I Love You Like All Fire is to read a book with queer representation. Namely, I would say the point is to read a book with queer love, not trauma, because it's July and we are literally just coming off the back of Pride Month. Show some decorum. Number 8 is The Odds Were Never in Your Favor, and this is to read a book that has a 3.75 or lower average star rating on whatever app, website, platform you choose to look it up on. And the most obvious one is number 9, and that's the Victor's Ceremony. And this is to read a 5-star prediction. We're also going to have a Discord that is going to be about sharing strategies and talking all things bookish. And that's going to open up on or around June 22nd, which is a week before the race will officially begin. Each district will have its own section of the Discord where they can talk exclusively with each other without their strategies or thoughts, ideas getting out to other districts. They will also have 2 to 3 district mentors who are there to answer questions and post about announcements, such and whatnot. Now, above that, while yes, I am the head librarian, we also have 4 popular players from last year that proved very helpful that are now taking on the role of librarian. So they have access to all the districts and direct communication with the head librarian. So can funnel access into me, information to me, and I can give information to them that can be passed out amongst the book community. Basically, they are there to not only maintain morale, but also to make sure that none of y'all start acting foolish. Not in this house. The whole team, head librarian, librarians, mentors, are going to be announced on the Instagram with all of their accounts tagged. So go and follow them, follow Sunrise, follow me. I would appreciate that. And hopefully you make some friends along the way. Now for the prettiest part. I'm so proud of this. The merch. I can't wait to get my grubby mitts on it. It's supposed to be here so soon. Now last year, I was very limited in the colors and the styles and options of what I put out. I thought it would lead to decision paralysis. So on the flip side, I thought, wow, how about I offer them everything they could ever want? So I put out a bunch of styles and I put it out in a bunch of colors and it's all so cutie. So now we have the standard logo revitalized, revamped for 2026. And on the back is the tally of past victors. There's only one so far, but as the years progress, it's going to start to look like a band tee. And I am obsessed with that idea. Also, each of the elemental districts with their coordinating colors have their own style of t-shirt and sweatshirt, where on the back is a full color print of their tributes specifically from their district so that you can show some district pride. And then the creme de la creme, yeah. There is a print, full color, bottom to top, of all 24 of the tributes. And I don't know if you've seen them yet. I'm going to be posting their names and each of the specific things about them on Instagram shortly. I already introduced them to my Patreon, but they're gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm so proud of this. Also, if you get merch, please, once again, post it, tag me. I want to see it. Okay. I know you're all screaming, Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. We've been here long enough. I've thrown so much information at you, but just know that I am so excited, beyond excited, and genuinely honored to be filling the role this year as the first ever Rebellion head librarian. And remember, persistence in resistance is what leads to difference. Or, as the Rebellion motto infamously says, repeat after me, we remain, we remember, we resist, and we read. And with that, welcome to the 2026 reading race.
You on repeat, you can see shit cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about.